One indication of the competency and the tradition of an institution is the level of enthusiasm that the staff of that organization have in their heart and the joy they feel to see their colleagues succeed and to see the accomplishment of the organization as a whole. We will never be a great institution until we reach that level of commitment, not only commitment for our own work, but the commitment for others as well. And this is the indication of the maturity of great scientists and great institutions. I am very privileged to be among well-accomplished scientists in the research center. I can remember 25 years ago when I joined the organization. It was a very fragmented activities. There were very fragmented groups, and it was a very fragmented, subdued output. Every year, this annual report comes. We see the difference in the quality of the work. We see a difference in the commitment to the work, and we see a difference to the joy of the accomplishment of the work that is done. This is where we want to be, and this is where we want the next generation of scientists to have when they join institutions like this. When King Faisal had a vision to establish an institution that should be the diamond of the healthcare, as what they call it now, it did not come from emptiness. It came from a well-calculated thought that translates into an action plan that will result in something that we see today. What we are enjoying now is the hard work and the diligent work and thinking of people who provided us with this environment many years ago. I think one of the most important roles and duties for all of us is to leave this place for the people who will come after us in a better way. Not in terms of facility and building, but in terms of tradition. And the tradition is an indication of the development of a population of scientists who can contribute to humanity at large. When I look around and I see many faces of people who have acquired the respect of many intellectuals around the world for the competencies that they possess and for the contribution they offer to the body of knowledge and to the scientific environment at large. It makes us all proud to have those individuals among us. We have to recognize people for their accomplishments, as well as we have to recognize people for their loyalty and care for their institution. It is fine that people care for themselves, because if you cannot care for yourself, you will not be able to care for others. If you don't take care of your personal affairs at a professional level, you cannot take care of the institutional affair at a more general level. And this is part of the development, and it's part of the maturation of institutions. If you look around the world and you see great institutions like Harvard or the Pasteur or the Imperials or the Oxford or the Cambridge, it did not come about because of funding. It did not come about because of the luxurious facility that they have gained from the contribution of generous individuals. The reputation came because there was a good seed, And the reputation came of the diligence of the scientists who are very proud to establish a tradition. It is easy to establish a building because if you have money in the bank, you always can go and you recruit a good consultant who design it for you, and you would recruit a good contractor who can build it for you, and a good interior designer who can make a very spacious and lovely environment for the people to be inhabiting in that space. But great institutions is not a matter of buildings. Great institutions is a matter of the capacity in the human brains that they have and the human hearts that they have. And that's how we become great. Of course, having said this, I'm very proud that we are in the beginning of the road for a great institution that can have tradition. We see now in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in the last 5 years, there has been a tremendous amount of difference in terms of the importance of science and technology. Science and technology that touches people's life. Science and technology that makes a difference in how we conduct business when we are taking care of people. We are in a field where it is not a matter of luxury for people to be well. It's a matter of necessity for people to be well. And people cannot be well if we don't have great scientists like you who are devoted to the work that they are doing. They are devoted to the cause that makes them work. They are devoted to the outcome of their work, and they are devoted to the reciprocation of the respect that they will receive from their colleagues for their accomplishments. And what this great institution have done throughout the years is not the luxury of being a royal institution that belongs to the royal cabinet. It is an institution that has a very strong base, it has a very strong resources, but more importantly, it has good hearts and good brains. And that's why we established the tradition. And this tradition, no matter what, is what will make a difference for us, and it will give us the ability to make a difference to the others. And I hope that in the years to come, we will see more of this tradition being groomed and evolve in a point where really we will be in a position where we compare ourselves to great institutions that have great people. Because an institution is only an institution if it has great people. It's not the buildings, it's not the resources, it's not the funding. And I'm sure that as the years go by, young Saudi scientists who are now being groomed around the most prestigious organization around the world will return to an environment that is going to be hospitable, that is going to be inducive, and that is going to be appreciative of the commitment they have and the contribution that they can make. And I am so proud to be in this place. And one of the memories that people have through their journey of professional development is that sometimes you see a strong hindrance to the development. The hindrance comes sometimes from the lack of the funding. Sometimes it has the lack of the appreciation of the activity that is done. And sometimes it is because of the lack of the devotion of the people who are supposed to do the work. Fortunately now, we do not suffer from any of these hindrances that we used to have many years ago. We have plenty of funding, and we have plenty of appreciation by our governmental officials. We have plenty of enthusiastic and committed qualified scientists. That's why I think that the years to come, it will be much better than the years that have passed. Thank you very much. On behalf of all my colleagues in the Research Center, I would like to acknowledge our utmost appreciation and respect for Dr. Farouk El-Baz, who is a role model for many Arab scientists who have managed to acquire the reputation and the distinction among all his colleagues by the virtue of his productivity and his enthusiasm and his commitment to his work. We are very pleased that we have a friend in Boston. He have told me specifically that for any one of you who wants to come to Boston, he will stay in his home and he will loan him the car. And for of you who did not get any award money, he will give you a stipend. On behalf of all of you, I would like to thank him for taking some time from his busy schedule to be with us today and enlightening us about the journey of success for the Arab scientists in the Western world. And we hope that we have gained a friend who will facilitate for us the interaction with many prestigious organizations and distinguished scientists around the world. Thank you very much for taking the time, and we are very proud of you.
I just want to take this opportunity to tell you all that I'm very proud of you. I saw the way Dr. Sultan mingles with everybody, and this is certainly the sign of a great director, a wonderful teacher and a great manager. He certainly has done a great deal for everybody here from the way that I see him interact with all of you and what I have seen already of the research center here and the King Faisal University Hospital in general. It's wonderful to feel as an Arab to see a fantastic opportunity for me to see such a group of people that I'm delighted to be here. I'm very proud of you. Thank you very much.